Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to our Thursday night training call. I'm Kathleen Hepler, along with everybody. We have some super special guests today too, but Erin, do you want to give it the show? Because you're the one that asked them in the first place.
Actually, he imposed it. No, I'm just kidding. No, this has been in the works for a while, and we kind of just could never figure out a date, and Joseph graciously gave up his time. He has two twin babies at home that his wife is probably dying for him to get home to, like, help her out. But he graciously gave up his time to be here on our call tonight. So we did a Zoom, Joseph, Liza, and I, about 2 weeks ago. We figured out a date, and now we're here, and he's gonna dish us some information on how to build a strong business and all the secrets that he shares with us, which aren't really secrets, he's going to share with you tonight. So we're so excited to have you here. Got to meet yourself, though. He's just like me. He's like we share a brain.
Hey, I want you guys all to know that I'm super pumped to spend time with you guys tonight. I don't have a silver bullet for any of you to get to where you think you should be in the business, but what I do have is excellent business behaviors and some concepts that I think you should implement or consider implementing into your business to help you and your team have great success. And the ladies were just talking about my twins, so I'm going to let you see them right here because they're why I work so hard. Boom. These are my twins. Barrow's on the left, Nala's on the right. They're 6 months old. They are my new life now that they've been born, and I love them to death. And yes, my wife's at home, and as soon as I get in the door, she'll do the handoff. I always wanted to be a juggler. I just never thought it was going to be little humans. So that's a little bit about my kids. I have 8 years of coaching and sales management experience. I've helped hundreds and hundreds of people work their own personal businesses. I have a giant toolbox, and tonight I'm going to share some information with you guys about time management and how important that is. And then I'm also going to give you some information on some different areas you can go to network. What we find out in this business is you start off with that awesome Franks list. And then once you get to the ends of the Franks list, the rubber hits the road, and you have to get really good at finding new ways to find people. And since we're not in grade school, high school, or college, and some of us can't network in our jobs as much as we'd like to with our business, I'd like to find different avenues for you guys to connect with people, either in person or through the internet. Sound good to everybody?
Perfect.
Wonderful. Okay, let me do some switching around here with my screen.
I do want to squeeze those babies. I really have this thing for babies. I can't take it.
Yes, ma'am. Can everyone see this, or did it not switch over?
No, we're good.
Okay, cool. So the biggest thing that I want everyone to know to breathe belief and encouragement into them is 79 million people over the next 5 years are going to start home-based businesses. So not only are you guys in the right industry, you're with the right company in the right industry. Plexus, when they first started, they were maybe in the top 500, whatever it may be. Since 2008, we've grown anywhere from 20 to 6 places on the top 100, and this year we came in 39th. So if you're talking with people about network marketing and they're saying, what about Plexus, where do they stand? To be 39th in this period of time when we're hanging out with some companies that have been dinosaurs in this industry for 25 to 50 years, we're obviously doing a lot of great things here at Plexus. It's always good for you guys to share the benefits of direct marketing with people that you're talking to. Sometimes they don't know it as well as we do because we've been in it for the period of time that we've been in it. But you get to be your own boss. Saves you time and money in working as an independent business owner. You expand your circles of friends and your network. You're recognized and rewarded and can give yourself your own raises. Who's all going to convention? You're going to be on stage. Some of these great women that I work with, you're going to see them up on stage. And you get to build your own income. Be your own boss. So we love that about our industry and our business. Oops, that's not right. So I am going to put some attachments here for you all so that when you're explaining these concepts and philosophies to your team, that you have visuals for them as well. But if I get right into it, anyone that's between associate level and senior Ruby level, you're going to want to spend anywhere from just so you know, everything that I share with you tonight is not black and white. It's not in stone. It's all shades of gray, and you're looking for that shades of gray that works best for you and your business, and then also for your team member and what's best for their business and where they're at in terms of their knowledge of running their business. But if you're working your own business, rule of thumb, simple math is, and just a caveat, a lot of people go into management mode a little bit early. What I'll let you know is you really don't have to go into management mode within Plexus and in true management mode until end of Sapphire, beginning of Diamond. So if you feel yourself going into management mode where you're managing people more than you're managing your own business and going for 3 and 3 each month, I'd ask that you reconsider doing that. And here's the thought process behind it. I'm going to emphasize the fact that you want to go for 3 and 3 each month and go silver. If you go for 3 and 3 each month, for 3 months in a row, that's 18 people. That's 9 ambassadors, 9 customers. That's a balanced business. If you have other team members go for 3 and 3 each month, you guys are, for 3 months on end, I think that's about 72 people if my math is correct. But what I'll tell you is you're going to outpace the attrition that happens within your business. And here's the thing, people go into management mode and they don't build their business, and then they start having attrition, and that's when your points don't keep growing. So if your entire team is constantly focused on going for 3 and 3 each and every month, you're going to outpace your attrition as a team, and that's going to be better for all of us that are part of your team. Okay, working your own business. 50 to 60% of that time should be on you and your business. What do we do with that time? About, if you're working 20 to 30 hours, it's going to be 15 to 20 hours. So with the people that I work with, I always ask them, hey, how are you spending that time? But since we have so many people on the call, I'm just going to start explaining this, and you can incorporate into your business as you see fit. But what do we do with that time? We're planting seeds, cultivating relationships. How do we cultivate relationships? We use the sales rule of 80-20, where we speak 20% of the time and our prospective prospect speaks 80% of the time. Why is that important? And how do we do it? We do it by asking great open-ended questions that start with how, what, when, or why. Now, why do we want to do that? Why do we want our prospect to speak more than us? Because we want to hear what they're talking, when we ask them questions, we want to hear what's important to them, the verbiage that they use, how they emphasize certain areas of their speech, what they get excited about. The more we know about people, the better we're going to be set up to build a relationship with them, build rapport, and then eventually bring Plexus to the table to hopefully cater to a want, hope, need, or pain. When you guys leave your house this weekend and go shopping, what are you going to go shopping for? You're going to go shopping for something that you want, something that you always hope for, or to heal a pain that's going on at your house. So when you're running your Plexus business and you're relatively new and you start throwing up on people and you don't know them, and you just throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping it sticks, that's how our business can get a bad name. But if you ask people great questions and get to know what's going on in their life, with their health, with their job, I tell everyone, treat new people like they're your best friend. Ask them about, hey, how's your family doing? Do you guys have any vacations planned? How the kids doing? How do you like your job? What type of financial goals do you have going on? Saving for retirement, paying off debt, starting college funds for your kids. Just keep it real natural and organic. Asking for referrals. We're going to get really good at asking for referrals. As business owners and salespeople, you have to get great at asking for referrals. And there's an art to it. If I'm talking to Erin and I'm saying, hey, Erin, and she doesn't want to buy my products today, or she doesn't want to get involved in the business. Every person you talk to is either a customer, an ambassador, or someone that's going to give you referrals if you're doing it right. And so I would say to Erin, hey, Erin, if you don't want to get involved in the business today, I respect that. And that's okay. But what I would ask you to do is, would you be so kind to share 3 people that know and trust you? And here's my thought process behind it. We never know what's going on with people behind closed doors. And your friends that you're talking to might want to earn extra money or might have health goals and health needs that they're looking to accomplish. And I would love to start a relationship with them and get to know them to see if my products or my business can cater to their needs, hopes, wants, or pains. How would you like to send those referrals to me? Would you like to introduce me in person, over the phone, through a Zoom call, through Facebook, or through an email? And just make it, though, assumptive close with them. Like, hey, I'm going to be very polite and kind. I'm not going to be a pester to them just like I was you. I'll treat them with respect, but I just want to have that opportunity to help you and your friends. And trust me, if I start working with them and they become a business partner or start utilizing my products, we'll always remember you as the person that connected us. Now, not everyone has the capabilities of asking referrals like that. So as I work with people, we perfect the art of asking for referrals. And you can do it in person. You can do it over the through text message or through Facebook. Let's just work on that, because it's highly important that we're always asking for referrals, because if you don't ask, you don't get. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to become really good at setting appointments for our own business. I don't know if you all know it yet, but you're running a 6-figure business, and time is money. And so if we're going to ask people to meet with us, we don't want to waste their time, and we don't want them to waste our time. So if I've done some studying on neuro-linguistic programming, and if I say to Kathleen, hey, Kathleen, are you able to meet with me on Saturday at 2 o'clock? She's going to say, sure. And when people think of Kathleen, asking them for a meeting, they're thinking, oh, Kathleen's so nice. She has a wonderful family. She works from home. But really what we want to get across to them is, hey, Kathleen runs a business. And so what we're going to say, just a little bit different, is we're going to say, hey, Kathleen, will you commit to meeting with me at 2 o'clock on Saturday? And if she says, I commit, that little thing in your mind, neuro-linguistics programming, she just committed to something. And the odds of her breaking that commitment are much smaller because she said, I commit. So we're going to help our team and ourselves become really good at setting meetings. While we're also working our personal business, we're going to spend 30 to 45 minutes a day or every other day watching videos or reading so that we can do self-development. We're going to go for 3 and 3 each month. It's got to be a staple in our business from here on out. Going for 3 and 3 each month obviously helps us outpace attrition, and we're all looking for those runners and great business builders. So it's a numbers game. You have to talk to a lot of people to find some great runners and business builders. We're going to help and create our best way to sell. Depending on the type of person you are and your personality, you got to find what works for you. And then once you find that, you want to perfect it and build your confidence in it. So we're going to do a lot of, as I work with people, I help them find their best sales style or their best information sharing style. And I help them become really good at asking those questions I discussed earlier. We're also going to perfect how to read people and speak their language. That's how you build rapport quickly when you're talking with people, by watching their body language, mirroring them, and then also using the same words that they use and finding interest in the same things they have interest in, but make it organic. So that alone is just 15 to 20 hours a week. And what I would ask you to do is, as you start your day working on your business first. What I would also ask you to do is, if you can plan out your week prior and send an email to your team so that they know when you're working your business and they know when you're available to help them with their business, that's going to be a great teaching point, because they're going to say, well, hey, my leader is sending out their structure of their week, so I know when I can call them and ask them for help and when they're available to me. But I also know that they're putting a lot of time into their business so that they can hit 3 and 3 and stay ahead of the curve when it comes to recruiting. So that's just your business alone, 50 to 65% on you. Now, the next most important people that we have on our team is our new people. And our new people are the people that have been with us 1 to 8 to 9 to 10 months. We're going to work with them anywhere from 6 to 10 hours a week if we're working our business 20 to 30 hours a week. So let's put ourselves in a new person's mindset. They're in a new industry. They're with a new company. They have 16 new products and more coming at convention. Hint, hint. They're learning a new commission plan. They are learning how to cascade Plexus's journey from 2008 till present and make it sound awesome and make it very credible. So when we're asking new people to come on we're saying, hey, new person, hey, Susie, when you get prospects in the mix, invite me to one of your calls. New people don't really want to do that very much. I mean, let's think about it. They have marbles in their mouth and they're mumblers. They're trying to remember all this information. So let's flip the script on them and let's say, hey, Susie, I'm going to have a ton of calls this week. I want you to be a fly on the wall, as many calls as possible. Why? Why? Because most of us have been in the business anywhere from 6 months to a year to 3 years to 4 years. We want those new people to hear your verbiage. Because if they can hear your verbiage, that gives them a baseline of information to work from as Susie talks to her sister, her mom, and her best friends. We want those people to hear how you deal with objections gracefully. We want them to hear how you explain the commission plan and the products in Plexus's journey. What we also want to do with our new people during this time is we want to role play with them. Like I said a few minutes ago, we want Susie to go talk to her mom, her sister, and her best friends. But if we don't prepare her properly and she just goes and throws up Plexus or doesn't have answers for a lot of questions that they have, and we know they're going to bang on her, right? We know they're going to say, Susie, you're crazy. It's a scam. You're never going to make money. It's a big joke, right? So if we prepare her to deal with those objections gracefully, and those people are like, wow, she had some pretty good answers for those. And she was pretty calm, cool, and collected as she shared that information with us. And then a few months later, they see Susie having great success. And Susie's sort of showing a paycheck or a Louis Vuitton or paying for her son's baseball team or baseball, whatever it is, right? You know what I'm talking about. Or her daughter's cheerleading. Then they're going to have a different mindset and be like, hey, maybe we should listen to Susie. Maybe we should reconnect with her. But if we didn't role play with her before and we just send her out to the wolves, we're not sure what's going to happen with her. So be confident and have fun and role playing with your new team members to educate them and help them deal with some of the things we know they're going to deal with in their business. We're also going to connect our new people with ourselves and our 2 best or 3 best Facebook posters on our team. Why? Because compliance got involved about a year ago, right? And they said, hey, you can only share certain things. So we want our new people to see our best Facebook posters and steal some of those Facebook posts and send it out to their community of people and learn from the best Facebook posters. That's what's going to help them have success sooner rather than later. What we're also going to do is we're going to help people plan their week like I'm helping you guys today. When you're in an airplane and that mask comes down, they say, put your mask on first and help others. That's the way we operate in our Plexus business. We want to make sure our business is stable, and then we want to start helping others. We want to lead by example, but also lead by word. We want people to create that awesome Franks list of 300, 400, 600,000 people, but we want to help them prioritize that Franks list. Why? Because Susie's new. If she goes talk to her doctor, chiropractor, and dental hygienist the first week, those people get pitched network marketing all the time. If she doesn't have her ducks in a row, it could go sideways real quick. So we want Susie to know that we want her to talk to those people, but we want her to talk to those people after she's talked to 50, 100, 200 people. And she has answers for most of their questions. And she feels extremely confident in sharing the products and the commission plan and Plexus's journey. What we're also going to do with our new people is we're going to teach them sales skills. What's attraction marketing? What's direct selling? What's consultative selling? How to follow up with people. Have any of us ever followed up with someone and it just was brutal because you didn't know how to do it? We tell our new people all the time, follow up with people, but we don't give them the skills to do it. So let's work with them on how to follow up with people properly. We're going to teach them sales statistics, and I have them right here. I'm going to pop them up real quick. These are important for everyone to know. These sales statistics have been around since the beginning of time. You guys see that? 48% of people don't follow up with prospects. Why? Well, we all have this little voice in our head, right? Well, I just met with Jackie and John, and they don't really seem like they're into the business or the product, so I'm not going to really follow up with them. No means not for now. It doesn't mean not forever. We want to follow up with people. It might just be the wrong timing. Maybe Jackie and John's mom's in the hospital. Maybe they're trying to buy a new house. Whatever it may be, we still want to follow up with them. There are a divorce, a death, losing a job, a kid wanting to go to a specific college away from needing extra money, and Plexus is the vehicle that can get them that extra money. The biggest thing that I want you to see on here is 80% of sales are made after the 5th to 12th contact. What does that tell us we need to do? We need to talk with people 3 to 4 times before we start pitching them Plexus. Why? Well, if you have a rapport and a person trusts you and you have a genuine organic relationship with them, when you finally bring Plexus to the table, and we're going to bring Plexus to the table because it can cater to a hope, want, need, or pain, they're going to give you an open ear. If you start pitching it too early or at the wrong time, they'll think you're just trying to make a buck, or you're not really invested in what's best for them. And that's the difference we have to change. We have to find out what's important to people and cater our sales pitch to what's important to them and what they're trying to accomplish with their lives. What we're also going to do with people is teach them how to ask for referrals and make sure that they ask for referrals from the very beginning that they start their business. If you don't ask, you don't get. We're going to teach them how to deal with objections. Feel Found is a great thing that you guys can look up, and it will help you deal with objections right away in a very easy manner. It's a very easy concept to understand. And if all you guys are working your business, you felt you were feeling a certain way, then you felt a certain way, and then you found out that, hey, Plexus has the best products, the best commission plan, the best leaders, and we're a growing and thriving company in an industry that's very hard to do that in. We're going to teach our new people the importance of convenience orders. Remember when everyone had their convenience orders on and it was a must? You could calculate your points better. You knew what you were going to get. You sort of knew what your commission check was going to be. You knew what your points were going to be. So the only difference now between what happened before is we had an outside force, the FTC, tell us, hey, you can't force people to do that and keep their commission, to keep their convenience orders on. But we can do it as a team. And if you're committed to the products and you're committed to your business and your teammates are as committed as you are, why wouldn't you want to show everyone that you're that committed and that you're going to just have that order coming through each month? Your whole team will find a benefit of it when they're trying to figure out their commission checks and their points each month. So what I would recommend is that you inspire people to be as committed as your leaders are and keep that convenience order on. And then again, we're going to pound that rock on convenience orders, and we're going to pound that rock on going for 3 and 3 so we can outpace any attrition that we might see in our business. At the end of a week or at the end of the month, we're going to say to our new people, hey, what have you done well this month? Or what prospecting meeting, the prospecting meetings that you had last week, what went well in those meetings? Let's have them reflect. Every meeting is great because you're learning something that you did well, something that you didn't do so well, or something that you can do better. So if we get them thinking about what went well or what didn't do so well or what they can do better, that's going to make them a better business person and more conscious of how they can improve themselves. So 50 to 65% on your business alone, 30 to 20 or 25 to 30% on your new people, and that leaves our few people. Our few people are our runners and the people that have the intestinal fortitude and drive that are working the business as hard as you are or darn close to it. What are we going to do with those people? We're going to spend about 4 to 6 hours a week with them. Mostly our level ones, some level 2s and some level 3s, but mostly our level 1s. Ideally, you would want to build your level 1s long and wide, have everyone lockstep, where you guys are all on the same page, and everything that you teach your level 1s, they teach their level 2s, level 3s, and it disseminates through your entire organization. That's how this business is. If it was a perfect world, that's how it would be run. And as you grow and develop in your business and go up through the ranks, I'll tell you right now, Kathleen and Aaron and Liza, they don't have a lot of time to dip past their level 2s. They just don't, So they have to create leaders and have them take on some of the responsibility of answering questions and having training calls and developing training materials for their team. And that's the way it goes. So I share this information with the people that I work with, and I ask them to share it with their team so that we position them as a leader. And so as I work with Liza, Aaron, Kathleen, Lori, and others who might be on this call that I can't see on this one snapshot that I have, Tara, that's how you can do it. Take information from your upline or from the coaches that they're working with and disseminate it throughout your team. Position yourself as a leader, help people be proficient with information, and then help them be confident enough to share it with other people, whether it be prospects or other team members. We're also going to, in this particular group, we're going to hold each other accountable for our IPAs, action stacks, and business building activities. Why? If we go to a gym and get a work and go by ourselves, we're going to get a good workout. If we go to a gym with a workout partner, a trainer, or in a workout class, we're going to have that much better of a workout because other people are looking out for us or watching us. So this group in particular, they want to be held accountable. They're all working super hard and putting time and effort into their business, and they want it to grow. So they want your feedback, and they want you to know that they're doing all the things that need to be done consistently, day in and day out, to have a successful business. Running your own business isn't for the faint of heart. You have to be focused. You have to be detailed. You have to be disciplined. And you have to be willing to go outside your box from time to time and try new things. And you have to be, you have to be creative, and you have to be willing to network and talk with new people and hear the no's. We're also going to share success stories. How many stories have you had where you've been talking to someone for a year and then they finally signed on? That's a great story. The work that we do today and tomorrow and next week isn't necessarily seen that third week. It's seen in the weeks and months to follow. So when you finally get an ambassador or a customer, we want to celebrate that. That's a big deal. And we want to have other people on our team congratulate that person in some form or fashion and bring them into our community. So what I would say is, are you creating a great community to welcome those people in? If you're not, talk to certain team members and get them involved in introducing new people to your team. We want to brainstorm. Hey, when Susie's going to talk to her chiropractor or dental hygienist, before she does that, hey, Aaron, Liza, Kathleen, Tara, have you guys talked to your dental hygienist? What were they interested in? What were some of the things that they brought to the table in terms of their questions? How did you decide to share it with them? Brainstorm on the best way to approach that dental hygienist and share success stories and things you've done that have worked. We're going to motivate each other. On any given day in this business, you can get 3 yeses or 3 no's. When you get those 3 no's, we all have this little voice in our head. Oh, maybe I'm not good at the business. Maybe this isn't right for me. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. You know what? This team is where you share and get that positive voice. Hey, after every 2 or 3 no's, there's a yes around the corner. Happens all the time. It's Murphy's Law. So keep working your business, keep sharing. Believe that you were put on this earth to help people become happier, healthier through our products and our business. And don't be afraid of the no's. We want to encourage people, breathe belief, and then give them how-tos like I'm giving you today. How are we doing so far?
Awesome.
Doing
Cool.
good.
How much?
Question for you.
How long have I been talking so far?
No, you could talk all night. Don't worry about that. These people like to be on these calls. You have
Well,
75 people on, by the way. I just want to make sure, because a lot of people do work 40, 50, 60 hours a week. Those are just general 20 to 30 hour numbers. If you work a 50-hour week job, you have to scale it back to what's comfortable for you.
Totally. So I'm going to share a little bit more in terms of giving you new places to network and find new people, because it's not always that easy. And then at the end, I'm more than willing to take questions or do role plays, whatever you want to do, for about 5 minutes. Sound fair?
Perfect.
Cool. Some new places to network. Nextdoor.com. Some of these ladies are going to laugh because I've shared it so many times, but a lot of people that I work with have had great success with Nextdoor.com. It's a community network that encompasses your neighborhood and surrounding neighborhoods. Why do I tell people to go to that? Because there's a lot of awesome women and men in those neighborhoods that are looking to earn extra money for their kids' baseball team, football team, cheerleading, pay off college debt, or get healthier. And it's easy to infuse yourself in the conversations on Nextdoor.com. What I will ask of you is to read the regulations or rules of sharing your personal business on Nextdoor.com, so you don't make anyone mad. But if you want to get around that without even reading the rules, attraction marketing is the way. You never mention Plexus, you never mention your business's names. You just share all the benefits of the products or the business and the great things that you're experiencing with it. And then people will like it or comment on it, and then the fortune's in the follow-up. But when you're talking with people on Nextdoor.com, your kids might go to the same school. You might go to the same hairdresser. You might go to the same grocery stores or dry cleaners. A lot of information on there is, I need a plumber, we're having a garage sale and stuff like that, but you can also infuse yourself in talking about your personal business. Another great place to go is your city's website. There's a lot of community events and gatherings. There's a lot of business networking opportunities. The biggest one that you'll hear about with your city is Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber of Commerce is specifically set up for those businesses in that city to share referrals and help each other's business grow. They usually have 1 to 4 events per year. So if you go to one of those events, they'll usually let you set up a booth. A lot of the people that I work with that go to those events go as health enthusiasts, and they share a lot of information that would point people back to their Plexus products, or point people back to becoming an entrepreneur and running their own business. Which most of you probably already do, but I got to throw it out there in case you don't, is obviously infusing yourself in the Facebook groups that you're genuinely interested in, and starting conversations and friending people on there. One thing that people don't realize that's still out there is these next two, and you can go just about anywhere on the internet and get involved in these things. There's still on Google and Yahoo, there's chat rooms about health, organic foods, exercise, running your own personal business. Usually on those sites, there's articles. If you ever look at an article on one of those sites, you'll see a bunch of comments underneath. If you get really good and smooth, it's like going to the mall or a coffee shop. You just infuse yourself into a conversation, start a mini conversation with someone, or say you want to talk with them about whatever it is they're sharing, or they want to learn more about what you're sharing. And then you obviously build that relationship through asking great open-ended questions and getting to know them. So that's my presentation, ladies and gentlemen. Does anyone have any questions or any thoughts that they want to share?
Joseph, just to give you a heads up, we loved it. I love having these meetings with you and talking about this kind of stuff. And I know a lot of this stuff that you've given us and to try to translate it to the group, but you did it in one big cohesive format, and I love it. And for you guys, just to let you know, we'll take this email. Joseph said he's going to email it to us. We will disseminate it and get it out to you in a nice format too. But just to give you a heads up, everyone's always shy whenever we're on the recording to ask questions. Mm-hmm. Feel free to ask questions. This is a great time to do it.
It usually just takes a minute and then they start all chiming in.
Yep, no problem. I got time.
So while they're coming up with them, I know that, guys, oh, go ahead, my dear. So you can
just like that.
Let me find her. Hold on. I'm trying to find you. If you can unmute yourself, that would be good, my dear. Or not.
I have a question.
Perfect. Go ahead.
Hey, do you find that the philosophy of the early bird gets the worm is it more successful to try to work it early in the morning as far as reaching out on Frank's List and stuff, or is it better to do it throughout the day? Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. What I will tell you is you want to try all different ways. You want to try reaching out to some people in the morning, and if you're not getting a hold of them, you might try them in the afternoon. If you're not getting a hold of them, you try them in the evening, but you want to be sporadic about it because you never know when someone's available depending on their lifestyle, if they have a job, if they have kids or whatever it is, if they work out and things of that nature. So
okay.
There's no one answer for that specific question. I would just say try a few different ways.
Yeah. I'm not as smart as Joseph, but I just watched this great video with John Maxwell, and he said, work your IPAs. Obviously, you're going to set appointments based on the time that you both share. But when you work your IPAs when you're strong. Like, I'm a morning person, so I'm up early and I'm doing my IPAs in the morning. If I tried to do my IPAs at this time of day, I'd be like, I can't do it because I'm not a night person. So you want to work when you're strongest. Some people are stronger at lunchtime. you got to figure out what's best for you. But then, like Joseph said, you got to work around their schedule.
That's the perfect answer. I always ask people when I start to coach them, when do you do your best work throughout the day? Because I want them to do their best work during that part of their day. I'm a morning person, so I like to have a ton of coaching calls in the morning and make all my phone calls because my mind's the sharpest right in the morning after my workout. So great answer, Erin.
I have a question.
I look like Kathleen today.
I know, I love it. I do get these questions a lot, and I would love to hear what you say about it rather than what we always say. So many people come and say, you know, I've reached out to people and I don't hear anything back. I've messaged them, I've done voice messaging, I've texted, and we don't get a lot of information back. Or we hear crickets. What should they do? What would your advice be?
Well, I've been in sales for 18 going on 19 years, and it's always better to have a personal referral. You know, when someone calls you on the phone, if they say, hey, Kathleen, I'm calling you and I want to talk to you about A, B, and C, go to heck, you know what I mean? But if I say, hey, Kathleen, this is Joseph Boucher, and I'm calling you on behalf of Erin O'Keefe, I had a great conversation with her, and she said that you and I would find value in speaking with each other. I'd love to speak with you. When's the best time for us to get together? And she hears Erin's name on that. That's going to say, oh, there's some credibility there. I'm probably going to want to give that person at least a time of day. So what I would highly recommend, and we're going to talk about this more, ladies, as we work together in coaching, is going to the greatest length to be able to say someone credible that they know and trust when you're trying to reach out to a new prospect. If you don't have that capability, we'll also be talking on ways to do cold messaging and the best way to cold message based on what you see in terms of either their LinkedIn, their Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it may be. We're going to try to read into that and figure out how we can find out what this person might be interested so that we can hook them into at least having a call or a Zoom or an in-person meeting.
Perfect. I love it. See, you've got the gift. Another question that Teresa just messaged. She said that cost is a big factor. So people get interested and they find out that the cost and they say it's too much. And I tell them it's worth their health. And I also tell them I've been where they are and not sure what else to do.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, if we're talking about the new triplex is what, $114. If you break it down, it's $3.80 a day. I mean, come on, these people are spending $3.80 a day on something they shouldn't be spending on right now. So let's get them spending on something that's good for them. You know, if there's any interest at all in becoming healthier, our products are there. If they're interested in that triplex, which is awesome, and I hate to I even hesitate to just say triplex because we have so many great products besides that you can add to a triplex. But it's $3.80 a day. $3.80 a day to run your own business or to feel phenomenal and to have great results when you go see your doctor is chump change. Now, trust me, I probably shouldn't have said that part, but I'm dealing with some New York people and some pretty tough people with tough skin. But what I will say is, hey, come on, I mean, let's go. Try my products for 60 to 90 days. We have a money back guarantee. If you can stay committed to 60 to 90 days, I've worked with hundreds of people and most of them have had success with our products. And here's the way you want to explain it. Hey, you know, I need 21 servings of fruits and vegetables each and every week to have a balanced diet, but I can't just mow down 21 fruits and vegetables on a Saturday and be like, I did it. No, you got to take them consistently. And if you're not, you know, the reason some of my future conversations with people that I coach is setting up a communication process with your new customers and ambassadors and letting them know that you want to follow up with them every so often to make sure they're taking the products consistently, and that you want to hear the results of what's going on with them so they don't just go dark 30 and fall off the face of the earth. So that answer your question?
I think so. I definitely think so.
We're off on a tail there.
No, I totally agree with you. Oh, do you want to unshare your screen so we could see your beautiful face? You guys have any other questions that you want to ask? I have more. I always have more. One more.
Me
I know
too.
you have to go.
I'm sitting here like on my hands, like trying not to talk.
I know it. I have one more that I love how you answered this one. Joseph, when we were talking about Frank's List and you said working from your Frank's List and then also working from using strangers and cold calling in the middle of people that you chat with.
Yes, that's right.
Talk about that a bit.
Yep. So if you're a new person and you have your Franks list, that's awesome. We're going to rely on our Franks list a ton in the beginning. But a great practice that I used in my businesses and that my business and that I share with other people is, after your Franks list, the rubber hits the road and you're like, oh my God, what do I do? Like, what do I do? I don't know what to do. It's like, so as you're working your Franks list, for every 3 to 5 people that you talk to on your Franks list, reach out with 3 to 5 people that aren't on your Franks list and get used to networking and cultivating relationships where you have no prior relationship and you don't have an in. So you can perfect those skills before the end of your Franks list. So by the time your Franks list is coming to an end, you have the capabilities of cultivating relationships and planting seeds, and you're comfortable with it, and it's not such a shock to your system and your team when you have to reach out to new people that you haven't talked to before.
Love that.
Me too. I used that once. I said it to a group of people. They thought I was super, super smart. So I just owned it and said, yeah, it was my idea. So thanks for that, Joseph.
Anytime.
Well, guys, I know that Joseph has to go home to his wife and his babies. Can we all say thank you to Joseph for all of his time? I know that it was a ton of information, all jammed into 40 minutes or so, and we will take that and disperse it bit by bit so that we could really see here they're all pouring in now. Look at that. I love you guys. So we can disperse it and talk about that more, because I know that these guys will definitely want to ask questions, but as we take all of what you talked about into little chunks, that might help as well. I know that they enjoyed it as much as I did. So thank you so much for sharing your time with us today.
You're welcome. If I can add a few more things before I jump off.
Yeah.
I'm going to share this email with, I have Kathleen, Aaron, and Liza on this, so please ask them for it. I have these attachments. My recommendation is share it, since you all been a part of this and you heard the verbiage, read it to yourselves. That's 2 ways that you're going to intake the information, and then share it with your 3 closest people on your team and perfect the verbiage. And then I would start having one-on-one or Zoom calls where you can cascade this information to all the people on your team, because you never know what's going to resonate with people and what's going to click with them and make sense for them. So share it with everyone in hopes that they'll take action and actually utilize it in their business in some form or fashion. And I wish you guys all the very best. If you're at convention, please stop by and say hello to me. I hope to have a picture with all of you and give you a hug. And hopefully in 6 months to 2 months, I would love to get on another call with all of you and share additional information and build upon this.
Perfect.
Thank
you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Bye.
Thanks. Okay, guys, I think you can all stand. I know some people are checking out, but before we do, I want to see, I think Joseph has jumped out. But if you guys have any other questions, I'm going to stop